Hello folks, welcome back to the channel, and this time around we're doing the Lazy Spa series of pumps, so fixing the leaks and just generally how to disassemble, repair and take a look at them. First off, a bit of information about them. You'll see mine is the blue version, which is the one you can see now, but it works equally as well with the white or grey version. Basically, all of these are fairly similar. They have the same basic internals and how to work on them. So to take them apart, fairly straightforward. You can see the series of screw holes here. You can see I've actually taken them out on mine already, but you just use a Phillips screw to take those off, and that allows you to separate the egg. Now the other one is you can take the control panel off at the top, but it doesn't give you that much space, so it's easier to take the ones off at the bottom and separate the main egg. When you do separate the egg or take the control panel off, be careful. There is a wire that connects the top control panel with the base. You can see the little connector here. You just press and unclip that. Make sure you do that so you don't stretch or damage those wires. Taking the cover off, and you can see each of the components here. I'll go through them. You've got on the top half here, you've got the main water and the heater area. This large black circle is the air pump. The silver piece is the heater itself, and the grey to the left hand side is the control box. So the first thing to do is to disconnect each of the small clips that you'll find. There's a few cables with clips on them. Undo those, and then if you follow along, you'll see a set of screws that you can then remove the main pump and heater assembly. And you can see here I've removed the heater assembly, and also I've disconnected the heater from it with a series of 6 screws. I'll highlight those so you can see how you remove those. And now the end of the pipe is revealed, the end of the heater, you can see the problem. Limescale has clogged and has eaten away actually at the rubber seals. So this is one of the places where you've got a problem if you're in a hard water area. So what we do is to remove the whole element, one end out. We've got 6 screws, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can see these are the electrical elements. So we undo all of these. Here you can see the end with the element out. Again, the rubber seals and the channels that feed down. Now you can't remove the heating elements, so to take it out, what we have to do is disconnect the heating element wires from inside the control box here. Just take off the 2 screws either side and you'll see the electronic control box. With the cover removed, you can see all the electrical connections. So in this case, you can see they're all labelled. So we've got A, B, B for the 2 heaters. If you look on the plastic, that's also labelled, so it's nice and clear where when you take them out you can connect them back in, and they're all just simple screw terminals. So we'll unscrew the 4 heater cables, means we can take the heater element away. I'm going to the base, and you can now see how to get access to the base. The 4 screws around the bottom here, so we'll undo those and that will get us in. When you come to take the base off, remember there's an earth wire. This is the one that runs up inside, so when you take the case off, there's the earth wire. You can see it's got quite a lot of cable on it, so that's fine. Now what you can see here is this is the inlet pipe into the pump. This is the pump's electrical connection that goes through the transformer that we saw on the top. So it sucks water in this way inside. The pump then pumps it up and goes up into the heater element, through the heater element, and then back out the top pipe. At the same time, this is your air. This is the spa function. You can see inside, this is part of the one-way valve system. So if you find that this leaks, chances are it's this assembly here, which I'll show you how to get at that and inside that as well. So back inside, you can see I've got the heater element disconnected, and you can see the channels are quite clogged, and they're not in a great state, as are the end pieces, so we need to get rid of that limescale. As well as the heat elements, the two rubber seals are important. Now here what I've done is I've used a vinegar solution to try to eat away as much of the limescale as I can and soften them back up. What does happen is the limescale actually hardens and makes the rubber brittle, which does damage it, so these are in quite a bad state. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this limescale detergent remover, which is for washing machines, and I'm going to submerge it. So I'll put the powder in, get boiling hot water from the kettle, and I'm going to fill it, and I think I'm going to leave it overnight and see how it gets on, getting rid of as much of that limescale as possible. Leaving it overnight, there has been quite a lot of debris that's been separated, so it looks like it's worked. It's not perfect, but it is much better. Now we can turn our attention to the dreaded E02 or pump flow error. Now you can see this is the sensor here that detects that and sends it back to the control panel. It's a small reed switch that's triggered by a magnet inside the flow. So I'm going to show you how to take that apart, and you can check and make sure it's all working correctly. Once you've removed the reed switch, remove the 4 screws from outside, and you can get into the water compartment, which has the flow rate switch. If you lift out the connector, you can now see the flow rate lever, which is this little piece here with the magnet inside. When the pump is running, it pushes that up, and that allows the reed switch to detect its position. Now that is quite often at fault, so that's one we can look into. As an extra piece, going back to the piece that has the heater on it, this top section here comes off as well, and that is where the temperature sensor lives with the red connector you can see. This is another place to check, make sure there's no buildup or limescale or anything in there. And now we want to turn our attentions to the air blower part of this. This is the assembly that is in the lower half of the egg. This is the piece with the multiple one-way valves. So to get at the first one, what we want to do is undo these screws that you can see, and that will allow us to take each of the parts of the valves apart. This white section is the lower part, and it is the water escape valve. So it simply fits on and presses down. Inside here, here's one of the valves that presses like so, and you can just see the other one at the other end on the inside. There you can see the other rubber semicircle that presses in, and these work with air and water to keep the system sealed. Inside is a very simple spring and rubber semicircle that holds pressure. Now, one trick if this isn't sealing quite right is you can stretch the spring a little bit, pull it apart, which will increase the force. Now, don't do it too much, but this should help if it's just slightly leaking from one of these seals. And the final part to turn our attention is underneath, which is the pump itself. This is the main water pump. You can see there's two screws holding it in, one either side on little sliders. So what you can do is undo them slightly and you should be able to slide it along and take the pump out. Now you may need to move the pipe a little bit to do that, but it should come out. So the final part, getting it all back together. Now with the heater, what I've done is I have used a sealant compound before I've put it back together. The idea is to seal both ends of the heater with like a liquid gasket sealer. You can see the one that I've used. The idea is to seal both ends of this, which will help that rubber gasket that you saw was quite badly damaged. Hopefully this will hold it together and seal it nicely. As you push the heater block and piping down, you can see that pushes down using rubber O-rings onto the lower pump assembly that you saw from underneath. Now that is another key point that leaks. So that one there, you would need to replace the two rubber O-rings on the inside of it. That is a really common place to leak. So if you're getting leaks, look there as well. And finally, when you're reassembling, make sure that this element here, which is the thermal cutoff, is sandwiched over the white plastic clip that holds the heater in place. That's a key safety point. Also remember, earthing connectors must be in place. Now it's a matter of connecting everything back up. Now this one here, this is the flow rate, which is the one that does the E02 no water flow. Now it commonly gets stuck and on early models was faulty. So this one you can actually bypass just by joining together these two pins inside the connector. Now you can temporarily do it with a screwdriver or anything like that, or you can permanently join them together, and this will mean that the flow rate will never stop the pump working. That is also a hazard, so be aware if you do this, you could cause severe damage. Now that's something you may have noticed. Connected into my hot tub, there is in this connector here, which normally joins the control panel to the base, is a little black box. This is my own invention. It's a hot tub management system that connects to your Wi-Fi and tells you what your hot tub's doing all of the time, so you can check it without going outside. It'll tell you if the pump stopped with an error, or it simply hit the timeout and switched off, which is great if you want to check on it when you're out or if you're away. So if you follow the link in the description below, that's where you can buy one of these. I'm going to sell them. They're very cheap, and you can see you just simply plug it in. It's that easy to use. And that's it. We've done a quick tour of the Lazy Spa Bestway pump, all the problems, where you can find a few of the ways of fixing the seals and all of that. So remember, if you've liked this video, hit the like and remember to say subscribed for more videos coming very soon.